Okay, so right now we are solving systems of equations by using the elimination method. Okay, so we did some simple ones in the previous video, and I'm gonna do just some more for some more practice so that you guys can see how they all work when you have different scenarios. Okay, so in this example, what's going to happen is you're going to have to remember with the elimination method, you want to get rid of one of the variables by multiplying um, your equations so that they have the same coefficient, just one being a positive and one being a negative. So in this case, you can see, right, we have a 3 as this x coefficient and a 2 in this x coefficient. And here we have a 2 in this y coefficient and a 3 in this y coefficient. So in this case, we're going to have to multiply both equations by a constant in order to get them to have the same coefficient, just the negative of each other, right? So I'm looking for a multiple of 3 and 2, right? So pretty much that's what you're looking for. You want to find the least common multiple for your coefficients, right? So for my x coefficient here, I have 3x and I have 2x, right? So a multiple of these guys would be if I had 6x, right? So if I have one of these being 6x and one of these being negative 6x, right? Because remember when I want to add them, I want them to eliminate. So one being positive, one being negative. So in order to get this 3x to 6x, I'm going to multiply this equation by 2. And here I'm going to multiply this one by negative 3. Okay, so this top equation I'm going to multiply by 2. And this bottom equation I'm going to multiply by negative 3. Right, and when I do that, you'll see, right, that 2 times 3x will give me a 6x. And through negative 3 times a positive 2 will give me a negative 6x. So when I rewrite these, I'll have a 6x and a negative 6x, and I will be able to eliminate those when they're added together. So I'm going to rewrite two new equations. So I have 2 times 3x is 6x, plus 2 times 2y is going to give me plus 4y. And then equals 2 times 2. So it equals 4. And then down here, I'm going to do negative 3 times 2x, so negative 6x. And then I'm going to do negative 3 times a positive 3y, so I'm going to get negative 9y. And over here, I'm going to do negative 3 times a negative 7. So I'm going to end up with a positive 21. Okay. And now I'm going to add these guys together. And you can see, right, again, these guys, 6x minus 6x, eliminate by, right? And now we have 4y plus a negative 9y. So that's going to give me negative 5y. And I have a 4 plus 21. So that's going to give me 25. So now I have negative 5y equals 25. I'm going to divide by negative 5 on both sides to get this y all by itself. So I get y equals 25 divided by negative 5 is negative 5. Okay, so again, that is my first part. My next part, we need to solve for x, right? And I'm going to erase all of this here to give me some more room. And we can move up to here. Okay. So again, I want to take one of my original equations. So 3x plus 2y equals 2. And I'm going to use y equals negative 5, right? So 3x plus 2 times negative 5 equals 2. 3x 2 times negative 5 is negative 10 equals 2. So we have 3x minus 10 equals 2. I cannot combine anything on here, so I'm going to add, oops, sorry, not adding 12, jumping ahead of myself in my head. I'm going to be adding 10 to both sides, right? And so that gets canceled out. So we have 3x is equal to 2 plus 10, which is 12. Again, we divide by 3 to get that x variable all by itself, and 12 divided by 3 is 4. So my solution set is x equals 4 and y equals negative 5, right? And we are going to check those, right? So we want to check 4, negative 5, right? So we use 3x plus 2y equals 2. 3 times 4 plus 2 times negative 5. And does that equal 2? Well, 3 times 4 is 12. Plus 2 times negative 5. 2 times negative 5 is a negative 10. Does that equal 2? Well, yeah, 12 plus negative 10 is the same as saying 12 minus 10. So that's 2 equals 2. Check. All right, and we have to just check our other equation. So 2x plus 3y equals negative 7. So 2 times 4 plus 3 times negative 5 equals negative 7. Well, 2 times 4 is 8, plus 3 times a negative 5 is a negative 15. Does that equal negative 7? Well, yeah, 18 plus a negative 15 is, 8 plus a negative 15 is the same as saying 8 minus 15, which is negative 7. So negative 7 equals negative 7. Check. So our solution is this 4, negative 5. X equals 4, y equals negative 5. Okay. And so I want to do, I think it just, again, one more here. Okay. That was, you had to multiply both equations. Okay. And then I just want to do one that I actually did, I believe, in the substitution method also. And I want to just point this out that you can do use different methods. Whatever you kind of get more comfortable with, you can start using as long as it makes sense, right? So in the substitution method before, I had solved, or if you looked at the substitution video, I had solved this equation, this negative 8x plus y equals negative 12. I had gone and solved this for y. And so this became y equals 8x minus 12. And I used that and I substituted that into my original equation, into the other equation for the y, right? And that's how we use the substitution method. But now I'm looking at this and I'm noticing, wait. This 4 and this negative 8, those are nice, easy multiples of each other, right? So instead of using the substitution method, what someone might think, well, you know what? I can just multiply this equation by 2, right? And when I do that, I get a positive 8x up here, and I have this negative 8x down here. And when I add those guys together, they eliminate. So I can use the elimination method also, right? So let's do that way. So we're going to multiply 2 by this whole top equation. Okay, so 2 times 4x is 8x, and plus 2 times 3y is 6y equals 2 times negative 8. 2 times negative 8 is negative 16. And then I have this second equation is just going to stay exactly the same, right? Negative 8x plus y equals negative 12. Yes? Okay. Now, again, right, these guys, 8x minus 8x. They eliminate, okay? So now I'm just going to add these. 6y plus y is 7y. And negative 16 plus a negative 12 is going to give you a negative 28. Okay, right. They're both negatives. We're adding, so we add the numbers and we keep the negative sign. Right. Now you're going to divide by 7 on both sides, right, to get that y all by itself. So y is equal to negative 28 divided by 7 is going to give you negative 4. Okay, negative 28 divided by 7 gives you negative 4. So that is my y equals answer. That's what my y equals. Now I go and I use that to solve for my x, right? And again, I can use whichever one I want. So I'm going to use this top one. 4x plus 3y equals negative 8. So 4x plus 3 times negative 4 equals negative 8. 4x minus 12 equals negative 8. I'm going to add 12, right? And I get that 4x equals negative 8 plus 12 is 4. And I'm going to divide by 4 on both sides. So I get that x equals 1. So those are my answers, and I just want to check them again. I always want to check and make sure I did my work correctly, right? You don't want to lose a point for a silly mistake. So we're going to check the solution of 1, negative 4. Okay, so 4x plus 3y equals negative 8. 4 times 1 plus 3 times negative 4 equals negative 8. That's our question. So this is 4 plus a negative 12. Does that equal negative 8? Well, yeah, 4 plus negative 12 is negative 8. Negative 8 equals negative 8. And then we have negative 8x plus y equals negative 12. Negative 8 times 1 plus negative 4. Does that equal negative 12? So we have negative 8 plus a negative 4 equals negative 12. Yep, negative 12 equals negative 12. Check. Okay, so like I said before, or another time we had done the substitution method. This time I did the elimination method. Okay, and you can see either one works. If you can use either one, you use what you feel more comfortable with, what you think might be easier for you in that particular example. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for listening. I hope this was helpful. Okay.